So, hello everybody, and I'm trying to get a good shot here. This is a really bushy, really green moringa tree here, and come back down here. Look at that, moringa. It's apparently the miracle tree, right? Supposedly super nutritious, got tons of vitamin C and minerals and antioxidants, anti-cancer, everything you can think of on there. And probably does. You know, it's touted as feeding the world, and especially places where it's hard to grow food and there's malnutrition everywhere. And I will give you full disclaimer right now. I don't really like moringa. It tastes like crap. And I have found it to be not that easy to grow, in all honesty. I have never grown moringa very well, and that's not for lack of trying. But this one plant right here, this plant I actually did not attempt to grow at all, and it's been here for years and does fairly well. This was a seedling moringa I had growing in a row in the ground. It wouldn't do anything, wouldn't grow, wouldn't do anything. So I dug them up, put them in pots. They still didn't do anything. So I dumped all the pots out, and because they all died, they all rotted. And then one day I come out and there's a moringa grown here in the ground. And this was years ago, and it happened to be this beast. You may not be able to tell, but that base is about 3 feet thick. So she's a beast. And this is the only moringa I have grown on my property. And I cut it back every year, as you can see. Coppice it back. Look at that. And it sprouts everywhere. And you can see where I originally cut it, and I just keep cutting it and cutting it. And when it gets too tall and lanky, I just cut it back. Now, I do use moringa. The goats love it, and this tree grows so fast. You know, when I'm not using the leaves, I feed to the goats and the chickens. It's mostly how I get it, is through eggs from my chickens. But I do take the leaves and I dehydrate them, and I grind them into a powder, and I stick them in capsules and take them, because I honestly don't like the flavor of it cooked or raw. So it's kind of like a spicy, sulfuric, bitter flavor. Not my favorite. And yeah, but don't use me as an excuse not to grow moringa. You should definitely grow moringa if you can. You can feed the livestock. You can take it because of, you know, apparently there's no doubt of its nutrition. And when it's happy, it does grow. I cut this back probably not even 2 weeks ago, you can see. And this stalk right here alone is over 3 feet tall already. And it's super bushy. You can see it all here. Grows super fast. And we're in May here. So by the end of the year, this thing will be 30, 40 feet tall already again. Yeah, it grows that fast. Moringa easily grows 20 plus feet a year, and if not, into the 30 or 40 foot a year when it's happy. But I've never had great success with it. I don't know why. I know there's people here in Florida and other places that do fairly well with moringa, but I've found that they are not as drought tolerant as is touted. They really do like the moisture to grow, which makes perfect sense. I mean, if you want a plant to grow, and if a plant is going to grow as fast as moringa does here, it needs some moisture. You know, it just does. The soil, it doesn't need great soil, but again, if it's going to grow as fast as it wants to, it does need some better soil, I've found. It just does. And the reason this one's doing so extremely well is because it is right in a bed where just a few months ago I was raising ducks and chickens here. You know, I run them through my beds and plant them afterwards, and this moringa is right in the center of that bed. So it is really benefiting from tons of nutrients from all the chicken and duck manure. There you go. If I did not run those chickens through here in previous years when this was just in straight Florida sand with just mulch around it, it barely did anything. So that's what it is, guys. But definitely grow moringa, and if you're going to grow it, keep it short, and it'll get nice and bushy like this for you, you know? And even though the leaves taste horrible, if you get it grown like this, nice and super tender shoots, I like to eat the tender shoots. You know, you got those big compound leaves, and if you got nice tender shoots, just find where it's going to break off. And those are really good if you blanch them. It mellows the flavor some, and then saute them up in a bit of butter. Super good. And the leaves, again, super nutritious, but not palatable to me. So I dry them and put them in capsules, or I put them in smoothies as a powder. And there you go. Moringa, guys, the tree of miracles, right? Miracle tree. I don't know if that is. I don't really hear much about moringa anymore. A few years ago, it was really, really touted as plant moringa everywhere. You know, it'll stop famine, it'll save the world. Everybody plant moringa, plant moringa. Not entirely sure how that's worked out for the world, especially since, again, in my own experience, it does not do that well. So, yeah. And I've got poor soil. I'm here in Florida, okay, guys? You know, we've got sand, and you can dump 10 feet of mulch on the sand and come back a few months like, where's all the mulch? And Florida just eats mulch and nutritious things that plants like, and then you just got bare sand again. Florida's horrible like that. And moringa does not seem to like it, except this one. This one's held on, and I've tried planting more over the years and just zero success. They literally, the seedlings or even started plants, they just don't thrive. Don't know what it is, but if you guys have had any luck growing moringa and you enjoy the taste of moringa, you know, comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know I'm wrong, and that moringa is truly the tree of miracles, the miracle tree. I'll tell you what is good though, the seed pods, the drumsticks as they call them, they are really good. And unfortunately, this tree does not produce many. Gets loaded with flowers, and I'll maybe get 1 or 2 seed pods. It's just the variety. A lot of people don't know that most moringa is self-infertile, so you need an unrelated tree to pollinate the flowers. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Though there are multiple hybrids and selections out there that have been selected to produce tons of seed pods, drumsticks, but this one is not one of those. There's also dwarf moringas out there. This is not a dwarf moringa. This thing gets 60 feet tall if I let it. The dwarf ones are basically in the same boat, though some of those will get seed pods on them a little better. But there you go, guys. If you can grow the miracle tree, the moringa, grow it, because everybody needs that good nutrition, right? Whether it's for you or for the chickens and then you're eating the eggs, or feeding it to your livestock, or because it's horrible tasting, you put it in capsules and down them, or you put it in your smoothie with tons of banana and pineapple so you don't have to choke on the flavor. Whatever works, right? But this is a video on moringa, and if you are growing it, keep it cut back, get it super nice and bushy, and enjoy it. It's a beautiful tree, it grows fast, and even if you're not going to eat it or feed it to your livestock, it makes a great biomass. You know, there are better things that, you know, don't smell like burnt rubber. Spicy burnt rubber. So that's what that smells like. Spicy burnt rubber. Sulfuric spicy burnt rubber. There you go. It's got to be good for you. Love you guys. Like and subscribe. And remember, the most important thing you can be doing is growing food and encouraging those around you to grow food. And thank you for helping me do that. And I hope I'm encouraging some of you guys. See you later. Love you. See you later. Love you. See you later. Love you guys. Moringa.